Excuse me. So imagine that it is your birthday. Happy birthday. And you're sitting at the table. You're in your home. You're sitting at the table. And your aunt and your mom, they bring out your cake. They bring out the cake, and it's your 13th birthday. So they bring out your cake, and with the candles and things. You make your wishes. You blow out the candles, and now everybody is ready to eat some cake. Now, your mom and your aunt is there. And let's say that there's 4 other people there. You got some cousins, your father's there, your siblings. So that's 7 people. We got 7 people. And so you blow out your candles. You make your wishes. You blow out your candles. Everybody gives their round of applause and things. And so now we got to eat some cake. It's 7 of us in the room, and we got to eat some cake. And because you're 13 now, you're the one that's going to be cutting the cake. You're old enough to cut the cake now. And so you look at the cake. The cake has not been cut. Nobody has touched the cake. The cake has not been cut yet. So you look at the cake, and of course it's a circle. And you look at everybody in the room. You count the 7 individuals. They looking back at you. And so there's a problem that we have to think about really quickly. We got to think about this real quick. We have to make sure that everybody wants some cake. Everybody wants some cake. So we have to make sure that everybody gets a slice of cake. So again, you look at the cake, you look at the people in the room, and you decide that you're going to have to cut this cake. I mean, obviously, right? Because if you don't cut the cake, that means either people going to have to put their hands in the cake and just grab it with their hands all at once. That's going to have to happen. Or maybe one person just going to have to get the whole cake. Either you get the whole cake or maybe your mom get the whole cake if we don't cut it up. So, again, you look at the cake, you look at the people that's in the room. And again, you make a decision that, look, we're going to have to cut this cake so that everybody can get a piece. Now, the next, which is a great observation, the next question, though, is how many cuts do I have to make so that everybody can get a piece? And that, you got to make sure each piece is around the same size. Just to, you got to make it as fair as possible, right? So that's the next. How many pieces do I need to cut up this cake into so that everybody can get a piece? And remember, we have 7 people right now. So you cut the cake in a piece like this. And you say, okay, so that's 2 really big ones. But I don't think that'll be enough. So you cut it again like this. Okay, you see. And then by this time, you kind of see what's going on. Right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 slices. But we have 7 people. And the good thing, these are around the same size. You know what I'm saying? These slices are around the same size, but it's not enough for 7 people. So you cut it one more time their way. And then you go back and count. Okay, so there's two problems with this one in particular. So we got 1 slice, 2 slice, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the first problem is that we only have 6 slices when it's cut like this. But the second problem is that two of these slices are bigger than the rest, and that's not fair. So you keep on slicing the cake. And so you slice it one more time, one more again, like this right here. And then you look back at the cake, you look at the people in the room, and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom, this is it right here. This is it. This is what we need. We have enough slices to feed everybody that wants some cake. There's 7 people. And each slice is around the same size, so, ain't nobody gonna complain. So, this is where you leave so you put the knife down. No more cuts need to be made. Now, to move out of the example into the mathematical world, when you're dealing with fractions, there are 2 parts to every fraction. There's a number on the top and there's a number on the bottom. The number on the top has a name, and the name is the numerator. And the number on the bottom is called the denominator. So, going back looking at our cake, we got this cake cut up into 8 pieces. When you're dealing with fractions, however many pieces that the fraction is cut up into, that will always be your denominator. That will be your denominator. However many pieces that the fraction is cut up into, that will always be the number on the bottom. That's what that number represents. The number on the top, also known as the numerator, this is the amount that we're interested in. So for our example, we're interested in 7. We're interested in 7 slices of this cake. So we'll put 7 on top as our numerator. There will be future videos where we'll talk more in depth about fractions, how to add fractions, subtract them. But this is just the anatomy of what a fraction is, and also a good conceptualization of what fractions are.